Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just gonna make an update video on how I'm doing and what I'm taking, and also how I'm feeling overall. Um, so, as you all know, I've been battling with depression and bipolar disorder for a while. It's been getting worse over time, but I feel like I'm at a pretty stable spot right now, so I can talk about it. Um, So yeah, I just got out of a rehab program for drinking alcohol and smoking weed. I couldn't stop. It was controlling my life, to the point where I was getting sick internally. I was drinking like 8 to 12 beers a day, easy. Smoking a bunch of weed a day, basically giving my life to the drugs. And I didn't have freedom for about a year. And this was all being funded by my mom. You know, she helped me get the stuff and whatever because I couldn't afford it on my own. And of course, I'd lie and say I'm using it for other stuff, and then she probably knew, but you know, she just wanted to help me out the best she could. Um, because I struggle with mental illness, and making money isn't always easy, especially when you're in physical pain and work's strenuous, you know, to the point where like you're struggling just to get through the workday. Um, so I'm still working on that, the physical pain. But yeah, anyways, I went to rehab, 21-day detox program, and I got out about 3 days ago. So um, I'm going to meetings regularly. I'm gonna work the steps and find a sponsor, and I've been exercising every day. Um, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I still get a little bit of fluid retention in the kidneys, and we'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, I've been working out every day, eating healthy, you know, not eating it in excess. So basically, what I'm taking right now is I'm taking SAMe 800 milligrams, SAMe 800 milligrams, and then I'm doing B vitamin complex with that. I've seen a huge benefit starting the complex with the SAMe, where before I would just take SAMe on its own, and I wouldn't feel as much of a benefit as combining both, as far as energy levels, inflammation, brain health, things like that. So that's SAMe B vitamin complex. I'm also taking lithium orotate 20 milligrams per day. Now that seems to be the therapeutic range for me. Um, 10 milligrams once a day, I tried that. So last night I experimented with this. I didn't take lithium at night because I wanted to see if it would help with my kidneys, because you know, sometimes I feel pain in this right side and it feels more distended. I know I'm grabbing fat right now, but sometimes it's more fluid. It feels like on this side than this left side here. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but like a lot more fluid than, you know, with the fat, obviously. Um, and then I'm feeling more of a tight, achy feeling in this area, the kidney area, radiating up a little bit. No flank pain in the back from it, but yeah, I wanted to give that an experiment, to see if that would help. Now, it's kind of weird because I also started taking caffeine a few days ago, where before I never really messed with that. So that could have possibly, you know, made me start to overthink and stuff like that. But I noticed this morning, just taking my dogs on a walk, I was overthinking a lot more than I normally do if I take the lithium at nighttime. So I've been taking it till 10 in the morning, 10 milligrams at night. You know, if I have a kidney issue, it is what it is. I'm going to get, you know, my blood tested to make sure I don't. But, you know, the consequence from going from 10 milligrams twice a day to just stopping and then adding the caffeine, that's going to probably enhance my dopaminergic system to where my brain starts moving faster. And since I have mental illness, that's not always the best thing. Yeah, it may feel good, you can get stuff done on caffeine, but for me, the anxiety, and it almost seems like a stressor on the brain. So just if I do have caffeine, cold brew, 1, 2, 3 sips of, you know, of not a concentrated form, but cold brew mixed with water, and just have a few sips, because I don't like feeling like I'm over anxious. And at least, you know, try to wait it out a couple of hours, because if you do it first thing in the morning, it's, for some reason for me, it keeps me up longer. I know it doesn't make any sense, but if I wait a couple hours, I feel like I can go to sleep a little easier, even though I'm taking it later. I don't know if that makes 100% sense, but to me, the anxiety from it too. I guess, you know, people say that, like, waking up to get your natural, you know, adenosine going before you do the caffeine. So I'm doing the orotate, lithium orotate. I'm a little bit worried about the fluid retention. You know, I don't know if you can tell, my face doesn't look too bad. I'm losing weight, you know. I was drinking a lot of beer, so it's interesting, because I think I weighed in at 210 when I first got to the treatment center, and I haven't been eating that bad, and I've been working out a lot, and I'm just barely at 205 right now. So working out a lot, eating better, not overdoing the calories at all. I mean, the body, people say that I look better. The body, you know, it looks a little better. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. But still, the weight hasn't gone down, so it makes me think, like, am I just building up fluid in certain areas? That's, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping myself out, but so I'm doing the orotate, and I'm also pairing that with ashwagandha, which seems to help so much for me in just the stress tolerance throughout the day. And it combines well with the lithium and the SAMe. The SAMe is for an antidepressant, liver detox, and anti-inflammation. You know, helps with pain. So that's why I take that. And then ashwagandha is really good for cortisol levels, balancing them out. And then the other thing I take is gabapentin, which I'm newly taking, and it's prescribed. I'm taking 300 milligrams 2 to 3 times a day, you know, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll take 4, but it does help my workouts a lot and my anxiety. So that's why I like to take it. And then I do also do a nicotine patch. I was struggling with, if you see my other videos, I was struggling. I picked up smoking, and I haven't fucking done that for a few months now. But when I was on that carnivore diet, I was like having trouble with the smoking, because I was like suffering on the diet, and I was thinking that's the only way I can possibly get away with not taking anything, and I can just rely solely on diet. But that diet was not for me, and if it's for you, great, but for me, I like to do chicken with olive oil, yogurt, berries, and my body tells me what I want. I'm not trying to be in control of what I eat anymore. It tells me, if it wants to cheat, it's going to tell me that, like, okay, we need a little bit of extra calories, we're burning pretty good, like, it won't hurt to throw a little extra, like a couple pieces of pizza or some shit. But ever since I got back home from rehab, my diet's been simplified to the chicken and olive oil, hard-boiled eggs, some ground beef from time to time, but I do like the flavor of chicken. Like those chicken thighs, you just cut them up, throw them in a pan. Oh my God, low to medium heat. It's just so juicy compared to fucking how everybody else just roasts the shit out of chicken, and I'm tired of that. I like nice juicy chicken. And then so kefir, coconut water, love coconut water, fruit with the kefir. Sometimes some vegetables, but I haven't been able to tolerate them as well since I've kind of simplified my diet a little bit, which is weird. And it's only happened the past few days that I've been back. But yeah, so the nicotine patch really helps. I'm not wearing one right now, but it's prescribed. You don't have to pay any type of money to big tobacco or Zins or vape. Like, bro, the amount of people I saw in rehab that vape all the time, they're just constantly sucking on this vape, and it's high potency shit. It's not like it's some fucking Marlboro Light or some light shit. It's so they do that, plus I've seen other people do Zins with that, and then they smoke cigarettes as well. So they're doing all this nicotine all the time, and think about how pricey that is. You got to be able to afford that. And for what? I like the feeling of nicotine, but I hate the feeling of Zins. I hate the feeling of a vape. And for whatever reason, the patches work so much better. It's a nice, steady release. I can take it off whenever I want, and I feel like myself in about 5-10 minutes. As in, like, if I were to feel a little bit like drowsy from it or whatever, which isn't really the case even with step 1, 21 milligrams throughout the day. So if I do feel drowsy or I need a little more energy, I'll probably take it off. And then I'll take it off before bed, of course. So that's been helping a lot. And then, do I take anything else? I don't really take anything else. Wow. So my mental health as long as I say the biggest things for the bipolar for me, if I were to, they all work fucking amazing, but the lithium works the best because it slows down the brain. It slows it down. And some people just need that. Some people need it to be slow. Just so they can think and work on what they need to work on. They can, it's not about slowing it down necessarily. Like, it's still unclear how it works. But from what I can tell you is it repairs a damaged brain. So it'll start to repair the damaged brain without the brain starting to deteriorate. So my brain has been deteriorating for a long time. I just feel like things are declining for me. So I use lithium orotate to halt that process. It's like a neuroplasticity sort of a thing. And it also helps with my ADD a little bit. But mainly the mood thing. It doesn't fix all my problems, but it really does allow me to function like above anything else. Ashwagandha too. I would say if you're bipolar and depressed, I would say the best things I would take would be ashwagandha, lithium, B vitamins, and SAM-E. Because then you get the SAM-E, you get the antidepressant effect and the inflammation benefits without the possibility of mania, because you're stabilizing your brain with the lithium. it's been working for me. All I take is from pharmaceuticals are gabapentin and the nicotine patch, which are all covered by insurance. So I'm very grateful, man. I'm doing better. It really feels really good to take care of myself and not keep abusing my body, because I couldn't take it for much longer. It was fucking killing me. And things are getting better, so I'm really grateful to have my mind open to getting better and not wanting to die because of my mental health. So take care of your mental health. Oh yeah, the B vitamins were the last thing I was gonna say. That really helps. It's like the ribbon on top. So yeah, if you guys got any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer them. If you want a cycle, if you want a stack for your bipolar, and you don't want to go through the doctors, you need some supplement advice. I have a lot of experience in this. I've bought multiple bottles of supplements over the years that don't work. Well, not don't work, but I didn't understand the brain as I do now, and trial and error and stuff like that. So if you can do lower dose lithium, like 10 milligrams, 5 milligrams 3 times a day, or 5 milligrams twice a day, will that be better long term? Possibly. I don't know, honestly. But as long as my mood's stable, that's all that I really care about. So yeah, thanks for listening to me.